I recognize most of you on today, so thank you for taking time out of your day to be here. I'm just filling in. I just walked in the door from the gym, so you all just work with me here. I'm glad you all are here, and I'm glad this time worked out. I see we have some international. I see Benita and Natasha. I already talked to Natasha once. It was like midnight or something. It was already late. So these time zones are crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I see we have 9 people, but we're going to go with the 9 that we have because you all showed up. So we're going to go from there. And just for fun in the chat, let's just put where you are from, where you're joining us from today. Because like I said, I know we have some international on. I know that. So Texas. We have Texas in the house. I'm from Florida, for those of you who don't know. No hurricane. They talked about it for like 10 days and nothing. So I'm grateful, but it was quite exciting. Minnesota. Is it starting to get cold there? I see where some people are like starting to get fall weather, and I'm like, what is happening? And I know South Africa is getting rid of summer, and they're going into spring right now. It's supposed to be fall here, but traditionally like August and July are one of the hottest months of the year in Florida. So yeah, it's cold. So yeah, it's still really, really, really hot here. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get started. For those of you who haven't done birthdays already, I know we do this one a lot, but I think it's super important. There's so many great features if you want to send. I personally like a personal message versus posting on a Facebook wall. Totally up to you, whatever you do. Whatever you do traditionally. If you haven't done birthdays, let's take a minute, just a couple of minutes, because I know this is pretty well routine for some people, but I like the idea of putting in a message, because if you have already talked to them about something else, like say they're a potential customer of yours and you go in there and you put happy birthday, it kind of brings that back up. You know, don't make it some corny special. I have a special for your birthday. No one wants to hear that. Just like a genuine happy birthday. Hope you have a great day. And again, it just kind of bumps that back up as to, oh yeah, maybe I do want to order or something like that. So just take a couple minutes, do birthdays. Like I said, I know most of you probably do that anyway. So we won't take long on that. I'm going to go turn my air conditioning down because it's hot. I'm going to give you all just a couple minutes to work on those birthdays. I'll be right back. And once you get your birthdays done, you can just put done in the chat, and then I'll know to move on. And like I said, maybe some of you have already done that. Hi, Debbie. We're working on birthdays right now, Debbie. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, Natasha. Or it'll be there first thing when they wake up. I mean, I know I don't have my noise on, so it doesn't ever bother me. Yeah, birthday's done, birthday's done. Yeah, like I said, traditionally, that's something you all kind of do on your own anyway. So I just wanted to go ahead and get that done if you haven't. So if you have your birthdays done, just drop a done. There's so many different ways you can do it now, even with like the stories on Facebook. You can send a video, you can send a message, you can send a like birthday card thing, you can post on the wall, you can post something on the wall. There's so many things for birthdays. That's smart, Ashley. She does it the night before because you can see what's upcoming, like whose birthday is the next day or whatever. That is a good idea. Susanna's done. Just take just a couple more minutes on here. Again, if you're just joining in, which whatever you do to it. So, all right, I'm gonna get moving on from birthdays. Traditionally, it is Friday here in the US, so the idea of follow-up Friday is really huge. Some of you do that every day, which is awesome, but some people really dedicate Fridays to Follow Up Friday. So I highly recommend, let's take a few minutes. If you didn't catch this trick, and maybe you've known it for a really long time, in your messenger, you know, say somebody you talk to, you know, all these people or whatever, up at that search bar at the top in your messages, you can search a specific word. For instance, Friday. So maybe people said, oh, I'm going to order on Friday. Maybe you wrote that down. That's great and wonderful, and you already followed up with them. But if you're like, oh, who was supposed to order on Friday? Traditionally, a lot of people get paid on Fridays. But searching the word Friday or any word, if you did not know that trick, again, I didn't know that. If you're looking for something like, oh, I know I talked to them about ordering or order or link or whatever it is, you can search that in the conversation. If you put the word, you know, belly blaster, if you use the word belly blaster for your kits, put that in, see what it pulls up. And that's a great tool to follow up. So yeah, I didn't know that either, Gloria. You can search a specific word up at the search part. You can search any word you want, and every conversation that you use that word in will pop up. It doesn't just search people, it searches words. So let's take a minute, do a follow-up Friday. If you had somebody that wanted to order, you know, check in with them. Hey, just wanted to make sure you got my link above, or just wanted to make sure your order went through, or check to see if their order went through. Send them the info. So let's take a few minutes. I'm going to let my dog in because it's scratching at the door, and do some follow-up Friday for people that were planning to order. Maybe people were trying to upgrade, you know, things like that. Yeah, isn't that cool, Sherry? Trevor Franklin taught me that. And again, I think some people already knew that, a thing in the past, but how easy to make the search bar, you can search for a specific word. But again, let's do some follow-up Fridays. You know, people that were supposed to order on Friday, people are planning to order, make sure they have a good link. I know we changed some stuff. So make sure they have a valid link, make sure their order went through, maybe check your order, see if it went through. If you need to send out tracking, it's a great time to send out tracking. Let's just take a couple minutes, follow up with people that you were expecting to order today. So for those of you who don't know, we're doing birthdays. Birthdays should already be done, or work on birthdays, and then follow up Friday, following up with anyone that was supposed to order, needs to order, plans on order, should have already ordered 3 days ago. Check your orders, check for tracking. Go ahead. Some of you are super good at following up already, but you know, just dedicating some time, especially on Friday, follow up Friday makes sense. Maybe follow up with customers if you don't have any new potentials that are supposed to be ordering. And I'm going to kind of talk about that while y'all are working. You don't have to see me or do any activities, but was actually having a conversation. We talk about follow-up and how important it is. Obviously, that's a huge part. You know, we lose a lot of people because we don't follow up, right? When it could be as simple, well, what do you do if they're not answering you? You know, I hear that a lot. How many times do you follow up? You know, I think a good time to follow up, if they say they're going to order and you don't hear from them and you follow up once, okay, maybe you follow up twice. Okay, you know, in an extended amount of time. But I say, this is just me personally, but I say past 2 times and you still don't have a response. The only reason I would reach out to that person again, well, I should say the reason I would reach out to them again is if we're offering some sort of an incentive company-wise if we launch a new product. You know, don't get rid of those people completely. If you've reached out to them twice, you still haven't heard anything, super discouraging, I get it, but don't let them go completely. Keep a list, keep a notebook, maybe put a star or however you highlight them, and say, you know, you have a list for people that you need to follow up with a new product or any kind of special. I think that's one more reason to kind of like reach out and touch them. Like, hey, you know, and then third time, you know, obviously probably not interested, but traditionally speaking, yeah, that's a good idea too. I use holidays to say hi and let them know I'm still here. Definitely. Or, you know, maybe once a month, go comment. Obviously, you're probably Facebook friends, but make it a point to comment on their stuff, or, you know, send them a personal message so it bumps it back up. People get busy and simply forget, right? I mean, I forget stuff all the time. I mean, it happens. Absolutely. Following up without the intention of selling them something, you know, comment on their picture, you know, if you know something's going on with their kid, or, you know, like, hey, how are things going? So don't let that relationship die. I know it's discouraging when people don't answer back, but don't let them go completely. Definitely, you know, follow up a couple times, and then, you know, specials, genuine reach outs, you know, things like that. That still counts as following up when you're genuinely reaching out to them or commenting or posting on their wall, or, you know, don't let them go. Just keep working on that relationship, even if it's not trying to sell them something. But, oh, I know where my point was. So how much follow-up is too much follow-up? So I was having this conversation with somebody that's on this call, and she was saying to me, she's like, I think she has great customer service. She's like, you know, I follow up with them and I spend my whole day following up. I'm like, following up with who? And she's like, preferred customers, you know, customers that order. But how much is too, like, you have to figure out how much of your time are you spending on income producing activity. So yes, preferred customers are a huge asset. They are important. But I think kind of getting yourself in a routine of, you know, I think once a week max, you know, obviously when they get started, you know, maybe a little bit more, obviously. But I think sometimes we can like kind of scare them away. So there's a fine line between like great customer service, which obviously we all want, and then like, am I wasting my time, and am I driving them nuts in the process? So kind of figure out what works best for you. If anyone has a follow-up kind of schedule that you follow, feel free to post that in here for others to use. You know, do you follow up? Obviously, most people follow up on day 1. They send their tracking info, you know, things like that. Maybe day 5. What does your follow-up schedule look like? Let's share that. And, you know, for customers, associates, the spectrum is so big because, right, we have some customers that just want to be customers, and that's okay. And we have some associates that just want to order their product at wholesale. And then we have some associates that want to build. You know, it's kind of have a filing system of who wants what as far as your level 1s go, your personal people and your personal customers. You know, and so wants to build a business. This person only wants the products. And that doesn't mean that that's not going to change one day, but don't spend a lot of time like forcing the business on someone if they have no interest in doing the business, because you're probably going to run them off. Yeah, definitely. So again, if anyone has a follow-up routine that you know, kind of follow, you know, feel free to post that for other people. This is all just kind of pertaining to follow-ups, because like I said, it's a fine line. I think follow-up is important, but yeah, days 1 through 7, then bi-weekly. I think that's a good, and sometimes they may answer and sometimes they don't, but at least they know you are there. And follow-up, I've told this story before. I don't know if you know, some people have seen it, some people haven't. I had a lady come measure my closet. I was going to have like new built-ins, like my closet reorganized, you know, like a closet organizer or whatever. And she came, she was nice, she was friendly. She sent me one email with like the quote and the stuff, and never heard from her again. And I'm going to be honest, if she probably would have followed up one more time, I'm still like debating about it. If she would have followed up one more time, I probably would have been like, yeah, sure. You know, or maybe you just forget, or maybe you get busy. But I think follow-up is crucial when you're running a business as far as customer service goes. Those of you who don't know, I do have some VRBO houses, and my number one priority with my assistant who helps me run them is what can we do to offer the best customer service, because the best customer service is going to produce multiple return customers. Why do we need to go get new customers when we can, you know, use the customers we already have? And I see that happening over and over and over again. New blood is great. I'm not telling you to quit recruiting. I'm not telling you to not recruit, but what I am telling you is if company-wide, if we could do a better job retaining what we already had, we'd have to work a whole lot less hard, like less work. There would be a lot less work trying to figure out how to get those words out. You know, I had a girl that, Lacey's goal was to reach out to every single customer she's already had. Like that was one of her goals for the week or the month or something. She went back and has reached out. That was her goal for the month or week. Again, I don't remember. She wanted to reach out to every customer she's ever had. You know, I would encourage you all to do that. If you're not doing that, put that on your to-do list. Reach out. If they were your customer 3 years ago, reach out to them. Send them a card in the mail. Send them a stick of heart and hydration. You know, whatever it is, I would encourage you to follow up and reach out and touch, communicate, contact, you know, the people that have been your customers for a long time. You know, it is hard to resuscitate the dead, but guess what? You already have that relationship with them in some way, shape, or form. You know, maybe talk to them about the new products. I mean, like the popcorn and the protein bars. Oh my goodness, I ran out and it was like the end of the world at this house. So they are back in stock. I know everyone doesn't have them yet. Sorry, international team, but when you get them, you're going to be super excited because they are delicious. So, you know, just reaching out to them. So sorry, y'all know I just kind of get off on a tangent and don't stick to my script. So, okay, we have birthdays done. We have follow-up Fridays done. I think that's hugely important. We have some examples of how people follow up. I think that's a great idea. I know some of you, again, are naturally really good at following up, but, you know, Fridays are a good day to kind of reflect and see, you know, kind of what's going on here. So, follow-up Fridays are done. The next thing we're going to do, let me pull up my, okay. All right, I'm going to post this. Some of you might have seen this. Sorry, I'm on my other, let me get back to you all. Oh gosh, where did you all go? I hear you, I just can't see you. So what happens when I change? I'm coming back, guys. Goodness. Here you all, just have to find you. You all can see me. I can't see you though. You disappeared off of my screen. So give me just a second. I'm not computer savvy. If you know me, where are you guys? I know you're here. Okay, there is. Goodness. Okay. I'm coming. I'm like, you were just on my screen. Anytime I click off and then try to get back on, it's like everyone's disappeared. Give me 1 second. Where'd they go? I know you all can see me, but I can't see you. And I need my chat. Oh, there you all are. Okay. All right. So let's take a minute. Some of you might have already seen this YouTube video. Some of you may have not. So I just posted it in the chat. I want you all to take the time. It's a video Allie made. I want you all to take the time, click on it, go watch this video, and then we're going to do another assignment to go along with this. So maybe some of you have already seen it. Maybe some of you haven't, but I highly recommend. It's right here in the chat. click on it, take a couple minutes, watch this video, and then we'll come back with an assignment. This is also something, if you have team chats, if you have team group pages, please feel free to share this. We need to get correct information across the board. So watch it. If you've already seen it, that's fine. Maybe watch it again, I don't know, or share it with someone. And once you've watched the video, just put done after you've watched the video. And then we'll go from there. Again, it should be in the chat. Oh, I'm talking and I was muted. For those of you who just hopped on, we've done birthdays, we've done follow-up Friday, and right now we're watching the YouTube video that I posted the link in the chat. Watch the video, come back, press done, or type done. Don't press done. Okay, it looks like everyone's pretty much getting done. I'll give you all like 30 more seconds for anybody that might be finishing it up, because I think it's super important. I actually had this conversation. I talked to Allie on my way home, and I talked to Gentry last night for a little while. So I want to be very clear on a few things. So, you know, when you're cleaning your house and you're like organizing stuff and you make like a really big mess to begin with, and then you organize it and put it back together. Okay. So the best analogy I can give you all right now is, yes, corporate is doing some incredible things. We have some really exciting things in place. I'm super excited for the future, but I feel like right now it's kind of like that messy phase where it's like super chaotic and all your crap is in one spot and you're trying to figure out where to put it. This is my analogy. But when it's done and organized, it's going to be super awesome. So right now we're going through a lot of things. Like the future is bright. I'm excited for the back office change. I'm excited, you know, some of the things we've been begging for as far as the leadership goes, we're seeing come into place. So corporate is definitely listening, and there's some super exciting things. But right now there's a lot going on. So I think like proper education, and there's a lot to keep up with. So I think I appreciate Allie making this video, because I did see a lot of mass chaos, like, oh my gosh, what do we do? Blah, 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 blah. So you've watched this video, and this has been out for a little while. So maybe you've already have some packages you've built, but I would like you all to take a few minutes, go build build at least one package, and come copy and paste it and share the link here. Or tell us, you know, what package that you're putting together. Let's just share some different ideas of how you're doing these packages, okay? So again, you can either copy and paste the link here, like you would send it to an associate, or type it out. Like, this is a combo that I'm using, or this is how I'm putting this together. Let's share some of those. Obviously, high PV is great, right? So sometimes it's easier to build a package with some of the higher PV and finding out exactly what your associates or potential customers want. So what would you say, you know, is your biggest selling best package? Build me that package. After watching this video, I want you to build me that package and then come share it here. So you all just drop that, go take a look, and then share here. If you have any questions, let me know. But I think this is a good way to kind of share with each other and learn and grow together. And I know internationally we don't have the same, so you all just work with me here. Or what is the best package you found, or the best combo, or what's the best way you found to put it together? So let's go build a package, or just practice. If you haven't done one, just go do a practice package. So video, and then drop a package link here, or you can type it out like the package that you've been doing, whatever's easier. But you can build that link and drop it here as if you were sending it to a customer. Okay, sure, yeah, share it with us, Natasha, but please notice that she is international. So that doesn't mean it won't still sell here. But Natasha's international. And then Heather's got her link. Way to go, Heather. And then Benita's international as well. So I just want you all to take note of that. So if you see something weird and crazy and bizarre, you're like, what is that? We don't have that. Don't cause a riot. It's okay. There might be some other South Africans on. I just happened to notice Benita at my top. And you all take the time, like, go check these out, look at these, save them for later. Even if you copy and paste these links somewhere in your notes or something, go see what other people are using, because we're helping each other out here. Again, I'm going to give you all just a couple minutes to look over these, copy and paste them. You can hold down their link and copy and paste it and go look at what, you know, what's working for them, for the ones who have built these links, and then, you know, in return, build them or look at it as a possibility. So I'm going to give you all just a couple minutes, get your link made and dropped here, and then, you know, take some time and share these, look at these for ideas. Yeah, I think the belly blaster is definitely, you know, we've done a great job as a company marketing that. So I don't think you can really go wrong with that. Yeah, you all take time, work together, look over this stuff, and I'll be right back. I think this is good. We can get different ideas. Sharing is caring. I love the snacks. Y'all, let's talk about those snacks for a minute. Oh my goodness. The only thing I want to warn you of is with the popcorn, make sure you're checking that serving size, okay? That's really important. The bag is not the serving size. So make sure you pay attention to that, because while it is good, I think you can overindulge a little bit. So be careful with that serving size. So Dina, it's so fun, or Debbie, I've had some with the fiber fluff that So I shipped my stuff from convention. I shipped it home, or I had Alicia ship it home. Shipped perfectly fine. Set out in the rain for like a day. It was damp. My fiber fluff held up perfectly fine. And then I put it in the pantry. And after about a week, 2 weeks, some of like maybe one package dried up. And then the other ones were fine. So I can't figure out that consistency, but dang, that stuff is good. The fluff is amazing. If you have a sweet tooth, which I do, the fluff literally tastes just like cotton candy. Just like cotton candy. Like, it is so good. And obviously we're all associates here, so I just want to know your personal opinion. What are you liking? Which popcorns are you liking? Which one's your favorite? And which, if any, do you like the protein bar? Some people don't like it, and that's perfectly fine. You don't have to like it. I'm just curious to know what you like. I like the blueberry and the s'mores, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably say the s'mores. I like to mix the popcorns together, kind of a win-win situation. Yeah, just curious. So for right now, your actual assignment, sorry, I'm asking you all a bunch of questions. The actual assignment is watch the YouTube link, which I've already put in here, what most of you already watched, and then build a kit and share it here. And again, scroll through this chat, guys, and go back. Even if you can't look at every individual one right now, use those as tools and reference later. You know, see what's selling well for other people. See what's working well for other customers. Refer back to these. You can copy and paste it like on your notes or something and go back and look a little bit later. All right, give you all just about 30 seconds to finish up on this. That video is super important. Share it with your teams, educate your teams, teach them how to build those links, share these different links with them, you know, different ideas. Oh, Lori, it's here. Hold on, let me try to scroll up. Or if someone still has it open. Hold on, I might still have it here. There you go. There you go. There's the YouTube link. So if you don't have time to watch it right now, please take the time and go back and do that. And again, I'll give you all just about 30 more seconds to share it, Lori, and go back and watch it later. And then in the comments as well, you'll see some links that people built their own links. Feel free to go back and look at those because that's really important. About 30 more seconds and we will move on. All right, perfect. All right, we will move on. Has everyone seen that video somewhere, or is this new to people? I think most of you have probably already seen it just looking at these names. But if you haven't, please share the information. Okay, that's good. It was in Truist One, so Debbie, but obviously we're all in like 10,549 million group pages. But I did post it in there. But I think it's a good tool. Yeah. I'm grateful that she took the time to do that. Yeah, good idea. Perfect. Yep, share, share, share. All right, let's move on. Let's go to our customer pages, wherever you put your potentials, whatever, maybe you have a team one, maybe you have a personal one, wherever you're at, I want you to take a few seconds, go to your customer page and comment on 5 different posts. Go comment. Maybe it's a customer, maybe it's an associate, maybe it's someone sharing a testimony. Go comment on 5 posts in your customer page, your potential page, your VIP page, whatever you call the group where you put your potentials at. Go comment on 5 posts. I talk about this every time I do a power hour. Each of these groups has a group of really hardworking admins. If you're putting your customers in a group and you're not an admin in there, that's perfectly fine, but it is still your responsibility to contribute to these group pages. This should be something you're doing every single day. Commenting, posting, sharing, whatever is allowed. You know, I know different groups have different rules, and I'm not telling you to break any rules here, but generally speaking, you should be active. I don't care if they're your customer, somebody else's customer, cheer them on, good job, here's a testimony, let's help each other out here. So let's take the time, go make 5 posts, or go comment on 5 posts, I'm sorry. Go comment on 5 posts in your group, drop it done when you're done. This helps out your admin, it helps out the group. Heather's done. The admin appreciate it, I assure you. It really is teamwork when you're sharing a group page or testimonial page. Some people have their own. That sounds like a lot of work to me, but that's perfectly fine too, whatever you're doing. Waiting on a few more done. So when you're done, just type done. Again, just commenting on 5 posts. Dina's done, Benita's done. Done. Looks like most of you are finishing that up. All right, while you are in that group, let's go ahead and make a post. This could be, and again, I'm not telling you to break any rules, so if you have specific rules, maybe you can't post. I don't know what that looks like in your group, but generally speaking, let's make a post about something other than weight loss. Let's go find maybe heart and hydration. You have a picture of heart and hydration, maybe MSM, maybe an oil, maybe the snacks. I mean, whatever you have readily available, let's go make a post about a product outside of our weight loss products, okay? So I'm gonna give you, you might have to find something, you might have to take a picture, you might have to find a picture, you might need to find some info off the corporate, off of the website, whatever you need to do, but I want you to go make a post. Maybe it's a personal testimony about the clean, the Simply Clean, maybe you have a picture of that, something outside of our weight loss. Go make a post about that. Now, if you're in the same group page with other people and there's 10 posts already about heart and hydration, obviously don't post about it. Just maybe comment, oh, that's my favorite flavor too, or something. But go post something outside of weight loss in your customer page, if it's allowed. While you're doing this, I'm just going to kind of talk to you. So, okay, that's perfect, Debbie. You already did it. That's fine. I'm just going to talk to you all about kind of what the purpose of Power Hour is and what we're doing here. So some of you, you know, some of this may be mundane. You may say, oh my goodness, we did this 3 days ago, okay? The idea behind this was to set aside 1 hour a day where we're focusing on building our business in some way, shape, or form. So sometimes it may be training. Some days it may be, you'll be like, oh, we do the same thing every day. Well, if more than one person's telling you to do the same thing every day, it's probably that important. Everyone that does Power Hour volunteers their time, takes time out of their day to kind of share what they're doing. Again, it's totally volunteer based. This is something we just kind of wanted to put together. There is a YouTube channel where their recordings are up to date. When you have people saying, I need help, I need training, I need ideas, there are literally hours and hours and hours of content on the YouTube channel. So I encourage you all, share that YouTube channel, watch those YouTube videos, make your own notes. You can make, there's just hours of content on there. So I highly encourage you all, if your team is discouraged, if you're feeling discouraged, if you're like, oh, I need some new ideas, this can help motivate it. You may hear something for the 10th time and it finally clicks with you. You're like, oh my gosh, Alicia Williams said that so well. Now I understand. You know, we learn differently from other people. We understand differently from different people. So that is the whole basis behind Power Hour is, you know, encouraging, inspiring, giving ideas, learning ideas, and, you know, just kind of setting aside this hour to work together. So I applaud all of you that show up. I appreciate the people that volunteer to put this together. I appreciate, you know, I have someone that loads everything on YouTube, so thank you for that. It's a lot of work that goes into it, but I think it's really is a useful tool. So when you all can get on, I'll have to look it up. I don't know it by heart. If someone has a link handy, drop it. If not, I will drop it. I just have to go off the screen and find it, but use that as a tool. You know, when you're discouraged or you have people discouraged, use those because there's some really good info on those Power Hours. Yes, if someone has a handy, if not, I will get it to you, Michael, because I don't want to go off this screen because every time I go off the screen, I can't get back on this screen. But it is, hold on, and I know it's in my, if you aren't in my Truest Ones group page, or if you are in my Truest Ones group page, it is in there. There we go, perfect, thank you, Vicki. Yeah, that's super discouraging, Ashley. What's your advice on people who want to build but don't show up on these? So first I want to say they're not convenient times for everyone. Like I said, we have people internationally on right now. It's like finding a perfect time. And the volunteers, what we encourage them to do is like, what time works best for you? So people kind of pick their own times. But honestly, Ashley, I think this isn't the be all end all. If they're not watching these, that doesn't mean they're not going to be successful. But yeah, that's super discouraging, Ashley. I think a lot of people say one thing and do another thing, or, you know, they talk the talk until it's time to actually do the work. And I think those people just naturally, you know, will kind of weed themselves out. I mean, I hate to say they won't be successful because this does not mean you're not going to be successful. It's just a tool to help them. And I guess it's just kind of their loss. You know, I mean, we can't make them watch it, but it's dang sure a great tool. So again, the channel is right there. And it's hard. Like I said, people have jobs. Sometimes it's the middle of the day, sometimes it's the middle of the night. But I do think it's important. And if they aren't doing it, then, I mean, time will tell. So anyhow, I appreciate that. I just wanted to kind of talk about Power Hour because some people are new to it and sometimes they kind of lose direction, but I just want to say thank you to those who do show up. Exactly. Yeah, to do one a week to start, that's perfectly fine too because it can be overwhelming and it can be a lot of info too. So maybe like a once a week commitment, Ashley, would be a good place to start. And then maybe a twice a week. I mean, or you know, that YouTube channel you can put in your headphones. Like you said, do it while you're on the toilet, while you're working out. If they have the will, they will find the way. If they truly, and I can tell you all, because I've been doing this 5, 6, 7, going on 8 years, I've been doing network marketing full time. And I can tell you from what I've seen in 8 years, your go-getters are going to go get it. They're going to find a way. They're going to show up. You're not going to have to walk them through every single step. They are going to be hungry and go make it work. Those are going to be your super like Angel Kayleys. You know, they're going to like figure it out. I did not hold their hand. I didn't tell them what to do. I didn't show them everything. They literally like, all right, I'm going to figure this out, because I did the same thing. I'm not saying that there aren't people that, you know, step by step, that's perfectly, and they can be successful too. But I think they'll quickly realize the importance of Power Hour if they really are serious about this. So again, not be all end all. If you're not watching every Power Hour, you're not a terrible person, but just keep it in mind and use it as a tool for sure. Let's go ahead and finish up a few more things. I want you all to do a curiosity post on your personal Facebook page. If you haven't posted lately, if you posted something lately, you don't have to worry about this. What is a curiosity post? It's basically just an opinion of some sort. I saw where Ashley did on Power Hour yesterday, working on my updated playlist, workout playlist, or just playlist. What are some of your favorite songs right now? I thought that was a good one. My personal one that I'm about to go post is, do you use hot or cold water to brush your teeth? I mean, just genuinely curiosity. What is the weather like where you are? Do you like this one or this one? Do you prefer this flavor over this flavor? Anything that someone can answer is kind of a curiosity post. Another one that does really well, drop a picture of your pet below. Take a picture of your pet and let me see your pets. People love that. They love to show off there. With school starting back, my kids just started 8th and 12th grade. What grades did your kids start? And you all can put, if you have ideas, you can put it in here. But the idea is, it doesn't need to be about Trevision. We're not trying to sell them anything. It's just a curiosity post to get your Facebook flowing, get people seeing your content, things like that. And then later today, I would recommend, if you do post on your personal Facebook page, if you post testimonies or, you know, anything about Trevision, make another post later today with that, now that you've kind of grabbed some attention. So let's just take a minute. You can share ideas and go make some sort of curiosity post. Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah, people will get in heated wars over that Apple or Android stuff, for sure. I love curiosity posts because I'm the same way. If I'm like scrolling, oh yeah, ketchup or tomato sauce. South Africa says tomato sauce too. I don't even know what a diaper or a nappy is. That like a diaper, I guess? I don't know. Soft taco or hard shell? That's a serious debate right there. People will get super heated over that. Another one I asked, yeah, these are good ones. Oh, a dummy or a pacifier? Definitely a passy. I've never heard it called a dummy. That's funny. Yeah, I think with like some of the foreign words, I think that's really good ones. I've heard it called a binky too, a passy. What is a low burn or a high burn? Oh my goodness, we need some help internationally because we are in bad shape. Oh boy. So again, go make a curiosity post if you haven't posted lately. Again, they're just kind of fun. I always answer them. I can't like, you know, or like drop a picture of your pet, or what is the temperature where you are? I genuinely like that one because it is very interesting to me. Or, you know, maybe where's your favorite destination to go on a trip? Have you traveled outside of the country? You know, just, I don't know. Is it cilantro or coriander? Both bad. I don't know. Anything that could be related to cilantro is bad. So I'm not trying either. Oh, I know a good one. I just saw Bonita. So guys, in South Africa, they call red lights robots. Like, that's what they call it. Like the stoplights, they call it a robot. I thought that was like, what? That's a robot? Like, never mind. But here's the best part. So Benita was with me. We were driving in New Orleans, and I turned right on red, and she's like, oh my God, you just ran a red light. Oh, like started freaking out, told me I like ran a robot, and I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, we can turn right on red. It's okay. Like, we turn right on red. So I'm like, anyhow, it's like, talk about a robot. And then I ran the robot and like was freaking out. And I'm like, no, we can turn right on red. It's okay. But we don't do that in South Africa. You don't turn right on red. Exactly. Do you drive on the right or left side? That's important as well. I can't tell you how many times when I was in South Africa, I went to get in the wrong side. I'm like, oh, I'm not over there. So anyhow, that's just some fun, you know, international, since we have our international teams on here. That's kind of fun. All right, perfect. So we did our curiosity post if you haven't done that. And then we're going to round this up. It is Friday. I need a shower, I assure you. Let's go ahead and add 3 new interest groups. Let's talk a little bit about interest groups. So I hear a lot of people now, I don't work the cold market system a lot. I know some people are super successful at it, have done really well, but the biggest feedback I get from the cold market, meaning posting in yard sales or wherever you're posting, is that it's kind of dead right now. I don't know. This is just word on the street. Okay. But I think, you know, really leaning to and investing in these interest groups. What is something that genuinely interests you? Not just interests you. Let's think about some of these health groups. Like, what are health related issues that you can connect with other people about? You know, what's a pet group? Some of y'all are into those mom groups. Those scare me a little bit. But I want you to go find and request to join 3 groups that you are genuinely interested in joining. I want to get involved in some travel groups. So if any of you are in some good travel groups, would you send me an invite or send me a link? I love to travel. I always have like 10,000 questions. I want to find the best spot, best hotels. I just love to travel. So if you are in a good travel group, please send me that link. That's something that's genuinely interesting to me, but go find 3 groups that genuinely interest you. Read the rules. We're not going in here to sell anything. We're not going in here to blow up. We're not going in here to advertise. We're going in here to make genuine connections, because I think that that's what I always hear. I'm out of people to talk to. I don't know who else to talk to. I don't know who else is interested. Go connect with people. I've met so many amazing people in Facebook groups that, like, I may have never said a word to them about True Vision Health, but now we're friends. And what's the first thing when you become someone's friend? What do? You go look at their Facebook page. Right? I mean, that's what I do. So generally speaking, if someone sends me a friend request, I go scroll through their Facebook page, like kind of figure out what they are, what they're doing, like what interests, are they real or are they fake? You know, so getting involved in those interest groups and becoming their friend is setting the foundation. Everyone needs network marketing at some point in their life. Everyone needs True Vision at some point in their life, whether it be the products, the business opportunity, or simply even the friendship to get involved. So our job is to wait and see when they need that. May not be instantly, but it could be eventually, right? So I encourage you all, make sure that's something you're doing every single day. Get involved in those interest groups. Talk to them, make connections, comment, you know, become active in there. And naturally, you're going to start making new friends that you will eventually have the opportunity to talk to. So what I'll do, and Natasha, this is something I do a lot. Like, if I'm interested in what they're saying, I'll say something like, is it okay if I message you for some more information? Because that's genuinely how I feel. Like, you know, if you kind of like get in a conversation on the like post and then you're like, okay, this is like a lot. So I'll say, can I send you a private message? And then when I send them a private message, I just automatically send them a friend request too, because I kind of feel like that goes hand in hand, and then they're more likely to see the message, and I'll say, you know, message sent or whatever. And I've never had anyone not accept my friend request. So that's how I kind of transition it, is like, you know, if I do want to talk more about it and I don't want to like take over someone's post or something, then I will ask, hey, can I send you a private message? And 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 for me, I would say. They say, yeah, that's fine. And then I just kind of send a friend request too. So we've made it almost an hour. Oh, a lot of interest groups. I haven't dealt with that. That's annoying. I would leave that group. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, I guess. But can you not send friend requests either? I mean, be friends with whoever you want. Oh, really quick. This is very random, but I had it on a note for another thing. So I just want to finish really quickly with this. I'm not going to give any other company a whole lot of attention or a whole lot of, I'm not here to bash any other company. To each his own. Everyone do what you want. But if you're actively in a group page that something kind of shady, not so ethical is going on, I highly recommend that you just leave that group page. It just doesn't look good. I'm just going to use, like, there's a group page and there's some high-ranking True Vision associates in there. And while you're not doing anything wrong by being in that group, it's just my personal opinion. Sometimes you're guilty by association. So maybe take some time, maybe look through some of the old groups that you haven't been super active in lately. Maybe take a look at that. Make sure there's nothing kind of shady or sketchy kind of going on, because again, you don't want to be just simply guilty by association. You're not going to get terminated, nothing like that. But I think that's really important. So I just wanted to mention that because I've kind of had this conversation with another associate that's on this call today. I just want to kind of put a friendly reminder out. You know, check those groups. If you see something suspicious, kind of shady, doesn't look very ethical, I would just go ahead and remove myself from that group. That's my personal opinion. But definitely keep an eye out for that. So I appreciate you all. Thank you for showing up on Power Hour. We've made it right about an hour. I hope you learned something, took something away. Make sure you get involved. Watch that YouTube. Work on those links. Use some of these other links. Get connected. Stay busy. Stay focused. It's the beginning of the month. I think it should be a pretty exciting month. So I appreciate you all, and I hope you have a great weekend. It's Friday. Y'all have a good one. Oh, and get on that YouTube channel. Use these old ones, share good ones, take notes, whatever, get involved. So I hope you all have a great day and a good weekend. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.